Guapdad 4000's in the building. Like I said before, St. John's University. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing great, man. It's been a long day. I'm happy I finally caught up with the legend. It was good, baby.
Oh, man, I appreciate you coming on the airwaves here with me. And it was interesting because you told me you almost got to fight a target before the early of the day here. What happened, man? You gotta get into it if you want to.
Man, it was just a fan who we didn't know was a fan. Started getting hella close and like doing weird shit, and he just felt like a threat. So I walked over there to trip on him, and I'm like, "Hey, bro!" And then I caught him over his shoulder. He's like posting me on his Instagram, like he writing the caption, "He nervous. Guapdad's in the grocery store." I talked to him about it afterwards. He just moved out here, and it's only his second day out here. And he's like, "Bro, it's my second day out here now. I leave you to go to my house to go to Target, and I should go up that 4,000. It's crazy." So that was tight.
The craziest fan experience yet?
What'd you say?
Is that the craziest fan experience yet?
No. Craziest fan experience? I've had like female fans run at me in the come to the bathroom, try to pull my dick out, all types of
stuff. Oh my goodness. What are you eating?
I'll show you. I cooked.
Oh, you cooked something?
My little cousin's over.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. And she's vegan. But look, I'll show you.
Okay. That looks good.
Yeah. It's I made like, Mexican rice bowls. But I made them meatless for my youngin'.
Oh, man. Want to get into this EP that you recently released, Platinum Falcon Returns.
Yes.
How long did it take you to put that together? Because I know you were making that, I'm assuming, over COVID-19 and quarantine.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I had made a lot of that music beforehand. I finished it in the quarantine, but a lot of those songs I made beforehand. And just decided to release them because we was in quarantine, Like, fuck it, gotta get it out.
You had to. I know your fans were probably waiting at the end of their seats for it. No Home for the Brave was a song that really stood out in my mind. What is the main message of that song? People that haven't even listened to that song yet.
Yeah.
Main message.
No Home for the Brave is about gentrification. I lost the house that I grew up in last year in West Oakland, just through gentrification, basically, like factually. And I felt like I didn't have a home. I felt homeless in America, but I didn't. If anybody got entrepreneurial spirit in a blood, it's me, and that's like the core of the American dream, is to make something from nothing. So I'm like, damn. I am the American dream, but I feel like I'm homeless in America. Instead of land of the free, home of the brave, there's no home for the brave, and that's where the name comes from.
Gentrification is really ruining a lot of African American communities, and just certain things. Just being from the tri-state area, just hearing about things, what they're doing. Because I grew up in a Black community, and it's becoming gentrified. You're starting to see some preppy white people walking down the Black streets, and they look like they're from businesses, and they're taking over.
Yeah. Even if they don't look like they're from businesses, they're white. And white American culture is not culture. So they come and be from all walks of life and experiences. And some people are down. Some people, it's not on every white person that moves somewhere, but like, once they start amassing in numbers and establishing themselves in terms of business, architecture, art, they take over another culture. Almost like it's like an invasive species of vine that I was just reading about in Japan. It's like sweeping through Japan, just because like it can only be on top of what's already there. So as long as it's something there, this vine can grow on top of it, and that's gentrification.
You think we could stop gentrification from happening, or it's just inevitable? We can't let it stop from happening.
I don't know. I don't know if it's something that we can stop. The housing industry is based on the market, and the market is controlled by the people in charge of gentrification. So it seems like such an uphill battle for a system that people don't even talk about.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm sure somebody that go to that school is thinking of a fucking way.
Oh, you already know that. We probably have some people like that up at this university. 100%. I know that as well. But something else with gentrification that you may have heard of in Brooklyn, the famous painting of Biggie Smalls, an apartment building. They were trying to get that taken down and painted over.
No, they can't do that.
They were trying.
They can't do that. That's at this point should be a landmark for the city and protected.
I couldn't believe that when I read that they were trying to do that. And that was even considered because Biggie is monumental, not only to Brooklyn, but the whole New York.
I don't see how Diddy didn't step up and be like, hey, I'm buying this building. It'll never be knocked down. That's what the fuck he should have did.
He should have did that. And Diddy's interesting because I look at Diddy and then you hear the stories of Mace and saying how he didn't really pay his artists well. I don't know if he really gets all wrapped up into that stuff, which is if Biggie was his man.
Yeah.
It's like he should have stepped up for that. Should have stepped up to stop that.
I got nothing but good things to say about Diddy because of the business we've done. I can't speak on the business he did with other people, but I know about the open gripes and that people have with him. But the thing is that's what I'm talking about is some shit that Diddy would do because it's a flex. I own the building of the famous painting, the famous mural of my boy. That's some Diddy shit. That's the only reason why I bring it up.
It is, man. It's insane out here with gentrification. But just getting back to your music and just learning about your influences, your big influence was Andre 3000, and that's a big inspiration for your name. Guapdad 4000, because your favorite number is 4. But Outkast and Andre 3000 are big inspiration. Now, have you ever met Andre 3000?
No. I'm hella mad because Buddy has.
Yeah.
And he called me the night he met him. And Andre 3000 was at some party in LA playing the fucking flute. And he came in, played the flute, and left. What? I was pissed. I
don't blame. That's your idol.
Fuck Buddy.
Now, if you got the chance to meet him, what would you say to Andre 3000?
I just thank him. I don't know how far down the hole he is of not wanting to rap, but I just thank him. Because without him, it'd be no Guapdad 4000 ever. Ever.
It wouldn't be. But other influences I learned of that you like Ludacris, Eminem, Shock G, Digital Underground. That's legendary.
Digital Underground, baby.
They're underrated. Some people think they were a joke. They clowned them. But I in my opinion, they have some dope songs.
I mean, shit. People say that about me too, and I'm still getting rich. So
that's true, and they were wrong.
So that's tight. Fuck them for saying that about Digital Underground. Shock G's a legend, and without Digital Underground, we wouldn't have Tupac.
That's right. He was a dancer for Digital Underground.
Yep.
Have you met Shock G?
I want to.
I want to see you make a track with Shock G in 2020. I wonder if he's still making music.
I hope he is. A lot of the Bay OGs is.
You're able to work with a lot of OGs.
Hey, I should look for. I know Rapping Forte is trying to do a song. I'm gonna give Forte a verse and go stupid on him. just off pure Players Club.
How did you get connected with E40? That's a legend.
The homie Polyboy, he's a producer, Polynesian, obviously. He's cool with him. He already had a pre-existing relationship with him, and he presented the song to me. And then he was like, "Cool, now you just got to link and ask 40 if you could use it." And I was like, "Oh shit, I gotta call 40." And I called 40. He had on a purple Versace robe. He was eating steak and lobster. And I'm like, "Where you at? A hotel, Unc?" He's like, "No, I'm at the estate." And this nigga was like, "So, tell me about this song that I hear you want me on." And I'm like, "You already on it. I did it. Yeah, and you went stupid." He was like, "Well, I know. I remember doing it. So what we doing? Where you from?" And I was like, I just told him my history. We start talking. He was like, all right. I'm going to talk to Fab and try to clear my Oakland pass. And then he was like, let's do it for a swap or something. I'll give you some. I want you on my next album. You're going to put me on yours. And I was like, bet. Let's fucking do it, Unc. I love you. And then he was like, okay, for sure. I'm going to holler. And he hung up.
You're a big Warrior fan, as we all know why already. Mm-hmm. Have you seen E40 at one of the games?
Mm-hmm. All the time. He was at every game. Him and Mr. Fab. Every single one. It's impossible to miss, too, because every fucking game they play, tell me when to go for the fans. E40 stands up. If it's the championship, E40 performing every time.
He's the Warrior Spike Lee.
If he just came out at halftime, he coming out in the third quarter again. Tell me when to go.
He's the Warrior Spike Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Spike Lee's always at the front row of my disgraceful Knicks, but the Warriors, watch, they're gonna come back next year.
The Knicks?
The Warriors. No, the Knicks, they're never coming back. They're in a dark hole, never coming out of it. The Warriors are coming back.
I mean, I believe in them. I've seen them come from nothing. Absolutely nothing. I remember the We Believe era, where the Asian guy was around. I remember where the guy with the beard was there. Oh, what's his name? Baron. Whatever first name Baron basketball player that is. I remember that era. And the Warriors always sucked forever. Until they start going stupid, and then I start liking it.
What was it like when you saw them win that first championship? Because that was big.
Oh, when they won the championship the first time, the town was on fire. What? The parade was so crazy. Niggas was getting their dick sucked downtown. It was donuts. They were trying to set the police station on fire. I don't know why they didn't. It was crazy. It was crazy. The restaurants was giving out free food first Friday. Oh my God. There's like an art and pub crawl that Oakland does the first Friday every month, but they're not doing it now, obviously, because quarantine.
Yeah.
And the whole city was just out there. But this time, that first time, the Warriors had won, and then first Friday was like in the same week that the Warriors won. Oh my God. It was crazy. Niggas was fighting. I'm pretty sure it's hella babies who was conceived on that first Friday. Because people it just seemed like some freaknik shit. Motherfuckers was at the lake pulling titties out, doing donuts.
That was big for you guys, though. First time title.
Hell yeah. I couldn't believe it.
How'd you feel about the Lakers winning the chip this year?
Good for them. R.I.P. Kobe. As a nigga who don't actually like sports, I just like the Warriors. Good for them. Shout out to the fucking Lakers.
I know you're close with KD. What was your reaction when he left there and went to the Brooklyn Nets?
You got ice cream? You know, I didn't care. I didn't give a fuck about it. I actually congratulated him. Yeah. I didn't give a fuck about it. I had congratulated him.
You won you 2 rings. You can't get that mad. You know what I mean?
I mean, once I meet you in person, it's like, we partners now. Everything you do, I'm gonna just be happy for you because we actually friends.
Platinum Falcon. Where did you get the name from? Platinum Falcon Returns. But you use Platinum Falcon a lot in your titles. Why the Platinum Falcon?
Platinum Falcon. Platinum Falcon was, I don't know when it came to me, but I was just trying to think of you know what it was? Mm-hmm. I wanted to think of an adjective that I could do that wasn't an alliteration and that wasn't a designer brand, so that like I just didn't have to deal with copyrights if I ever wanted to do merch, or I didn't want nobody coming from me because I already had suspicions that they would do it about Dior deposits. So I was just like, I don't want to think like that anymore. I'm going to just make something else up that still sound hella tight. And Platinum Falcon is the sickest fucking name ever.
It's fine. It's unique.
Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody else talking no Platinum Falcon shit. I'm the only nigga Platinum Falcon in out here.
That's something I want to give you credit for, is that you're not afraid to be who you really are. And do you feel as though it's difficult to be your true self?
For some people, yes. I can see that happening for some people. Not for me though. I've always had support, and just like people in my corner that allowed me to feel like express myself freely and encourage self-expression in any which way that I'd like to do it, as long as it wasn't like gonna get my ass beat because it involved me being a badass kid. But like, no matter everything that I wanted to do as a kid, I got encouraged to do so because my grades was always good. So like, it's just it comes with your childhood. I feel like people who have a problem being themselves didn't grow up being themselves, or they was in the positions that they couldn't be themselves. You know?
Yeah.
Because the environment or religion or some shit like that, peer pressure. But that's where it comes from, though.
When did you start social media? Because not only are you an amazing rapper, you have a personality like none other on social media, and you tend to go viral pretty often. So when did you start to gain that base on Instagram and social media?
Social media wise, I always been viral. From MySpace to Facebook to Tumblr to Instagram to Twitter. I feel like it's just my personality. I got the type of personality that people just gravitate to. People want to listen to me because my charisma and my tone of voice also. So like, it's hella easy for me to draw people in. And if I do that, if I'm able to depict that well enough and display that digitally, motherfuckers flock.
You've always heard an interview. You always hear in your interviews, people always ask you about Drake and the bet that you guys had. For getting connected with Drake, I know you messaged him on social media, but how did you initially get connected on social media with Drake? You just sent him a message and out of the blue, he just responded?
Yep. That's it. That's it, dog.
What was the message about?
He had posted some OVO chains.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was pink. And pink's my second favorite color next to yellow. So I was like, oh shit, that's tight. I'm gonna comment on that. I forgot what I did, but it was some hella whatever just about the chain. And Drake punk ass responded, and I was like, I started talking to him, and then I realized that I was talking to Drake. I couldn't believe it because it didn't even hit me until like 12 messages in, literally. So that was that.
Did you picture Drake as a humble rapper or someone that was just, he had no time for anyone? Before you messaged him?
Oh, no, he's definitely, He's definitely a mix of both. Like, he's not as humble as somebody like me who probably talks to everybody that DMs me for the most part. Just because he's too busy and he's too big. He's way too big to be doing some shit like that all willy-nilly.
Yeah.
But he also like, when you know him, is very personable, very inviting, very charismatic. He's like, Drake is his type of presence is like how they describe, and this is probably creepy to say, a serial killer. You know how they say serial killers is like the tightest fucking people to meet, like the crazy ones, you know what I'm saying? Like, these people had these crazy dynamic personalities that just draw you in. That's how you feel around Drake. Like, it's like, damn, bro, everything you say is so interesting. Your life, he does. This is what I could say. It's a certain type of nigga, right? It's a certain type of male that knows, that likes the experience of being the alpha male, but keeping it player. So a nigga like me, when I got girls over there, I want to make sure, I'm at the bar making margaritas, fireplace on, like, this my house. We got bean bags, $5,000 couch, all the ottomans. Like, bitch, it's 15 ottomans in here. What? What the fuck is Ottoman land? And imagine a person doing something like that with their whole life, even on tour, and being the biggest rapper in the world. That's Drake.
It's insane. And something that was interesting to me learning about Drake and you guys' relationship is that he knew about you beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
He studied you. He said he reminded you of someone on a Netflix show.
Yeah, there's a show on Netflix called Wild Country.
Yeah.
And it's about this Indian dude with describing how, same way I'm describing Drake, with this crazy personality and intellect and talent and ability to express himself in words. And he started a cult, and it grew to this huge fucking thing. And he moved to Oregon and started a whole city. And the white Christians wasn't fucking with it because it was a cult. But this nigga was doing such crazy, like, utopian sustainability principles. It was tight as fuck. Mm-hmm. And Drake said, "You remind me of him." And I was like, that's crazy, because that nigga remind me of me too.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That's crazy that you guys have the connection on that.
Yeah, it's crazy that he fucking watched that movie and thought of me.
You never know. And it's surprising, though, that he knows about so many of the young up-and-coming artists in the game, too. And he puts them on. And that's what I'm waiting for, man. I'm waiting for that Guapdad 4000 and Drake collaboration to come out. I know it was supposed to come out on Scorpion. I heard about it. It didn't happen in time. I'm waiting for it. Dark Lane demo wasn't there. Is it going to be on the next one?
I don't know. It's kind of up to him. He got it. I can't call it. I'll be excited when it does happen, though. I'll be fucking juiced, dog. But, like, at the same time, I'm also not really that pressed. Like, I really enjoy figuring out my own process. And Drake, doing a song with Drake, that's like the ultimate handout. And I'm just kind of past the point of, like, looking to be saved in this game, you know?
You got to keep doing you and moving on.
Yeah, that's how people treat their relationship with Drake. Like, at any moment, he could, like, I'm going to be the next one. But, like, that shit is lame. That's a bitch-ass nigga shit. I couldn't imagine telling my son that I was doing that around Drake.
Yeah. I know. We're looking forward to that collaboration. Hopefully it drops on the next album. That would be big for you. And it's long awaited from your fans. Would you bet Drake again?
No. Because I'm not doing no shit like that again. That was a one-time bust down. Uh, I will not be doing no shit like that again.
How much adversity did you face on that bridge by doing that?
A lot. It was probably the craziest day. Because some niggas tried to rob me in Oakland before that.
Wow.
Before I had got to the bridge, I had an altercation in Oakland, which ended up being poor decision on the aggressor's behalf. I just don't know why it had to lead to that. But yeah, it was so crazy, and that's what was on my mind and my heart when I was on that bridge. I was like, damn, it's getting sticky out here.
You also went to a party with Drake. Was that the only party that you've been to with him?
Nah, I've been to a couple events. Few of them things.
How wild was that? Well, what was the wildest Drake party that you went to?
I ain't speaking on that.
Yeah.
Nope, nothing wild happened. It's all been great, wholesome events.
Okay, we already know they may be wild, but who had the wildest party that you ever been to? You don't got to get into detail. What's the wildest party you've been to of a rapper's?
Man, I went to Diddy house, dog, and I danced with Mary J. Blige. I got mugged at and then hugged by French Montana. I rode in Black China Phantom and met Jay-Z and Beyonce.
And you were introduced to Jay-Z. Oh, that's her husband.
Uh-huh.
It's for Beyonce's husband. That's crazy.
Yeah. That was the craziest night of my life in LA. I couldn't believe it. I was like, bro, this shit is fucking nuts. Nut niggies.
OGs, Dance with Mary J. Blige. You also have a track with an OG, and I'm interested in asking you about Charlie Wilson.
Yes.
Man,
I'm answering all questions about Uncle Charlie. I love that man. I love
last
Uncle
name Charlie, first name Wilson.
Right? And I was just wondering if I could take you out. Like what? How wholesome is that song? Charlie Wilson is one of my greatest mentors in this game. One of the most honest OGs out, and one of the greatest to ever do it. And he's literally just an older version of me. So just imagine me, but being old and used to do drugs, but now off of it. But I still got the, like, you know what I'm saying, the old nigga drug shake. That's Charlie Wilson. His whole demeanor is so handsome. It's like, you know, if you met Rick James or you met Prince, that's how I feel around Charlie. Too big. Huge.
What was the first time that you met him?
The first time I met him, it was the day that he got on Gucci Pajamas. I pulled up to the studio, the Stereotype studio, to meet him and to parlay with him, and get him to do some ad-libs. Either way, he showed up to get on the song. So I was like, man, I wonder how far we could go, how much we can do. And he was down to do everything from start to finish. I got him to ad-lib shit, like do the whole bust down. It was hella uncanny and unexpected. I didn't expect him to rock that hard, but he didn't give a fuck. He came to kick it and talk about what the young niggas is doing.
How in tune is he with the younger artists?
I mean, he's been tapping in ever since we did this song, and I'm gonna phrase it like this because I was the first. Ever since we did the song, he's been tapping in with everybody. I know he just dropped something with OT Genesis, and I think I want to say Wiz Khalifa's also on the song.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can't.
He did a song with Nas on his new album, King's Disease, called Car 85, too.
Yeah, but Nas an old nigga, so
yeah.
I expect him to fuck with Nas. Like, that's expected.
Yeah.
It's Nas. He's fucking... He the only dude to beat Jay-Z.
That's a fact. There's a lot of Jay-Z fans out there that say, oh, he got him on TakeOver, but...
No, look. I talk about this all the time. As people as a nigga from the West Coast who's consuming this as a youth, I didn't even realize Takeover was a Nas diss, and I only know it by proximity hearing it. I never like sat down and slapped the Takeover. Ever.
No.
I can't, hold on. ROC. We running this, like I gotta think hella hard to remember the song and picture the beat, like, oh, that's the Takeover. That's how that song sounds. But Ether?
It's a cultural term. It's become a cultural term because of Nas.
Bro, you literally could, somebody could say they ethered you. That's crazy. That's crazy. I ethered that nigga. That's hella disrespectful to get ethered in front of your friends and family.
You met Jay-Z. Have you ever met Nas?
No, I haven't met Nas yet. And I am excited to meet that man. I want to meet Nas and chop it up with him and just like pick his brain. He's Nas, dog.
He just did a song with A$AP Ferg and Fabio Foreign called Spicy, so I definitely think he's really in tune with the youth out here, and that would be fire. Guapdad 4000 Nas collab.
Yeah, I'm trying to fuck with him, and I know he'd be over at Hit Boy spot, so and me and Hit Boy supposed to get in soon, so I might see the nigga. He might just pop up, and then all of a sudden, you know, the song drops.
Mm-hmm. Being involved with Bitcoin, I want to go into the beginning. How are you able to get out of that?
Bitcoin?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't get out on top. For real. I took L's, big L's, and it always hurt my heart when I talk about it too, because I was up. I jumped in when a Bitcoin was $75. Like I used to send $500 at the time because that was the minimum to buy the coins from the Russians. And it was fucking I get like 3 or 4 coins. Like I remember trying to just have 5 coins in my wallet at all times. Now a nigga ain't got near coin. I ain't found a coin since. So it's not like I made it out alive. I was just in early because it started off catering to my profession at the time.
There's something I read about in people that get involved with Bitcoin and other things like that nature is that they can't get out of it. And they're basically handcuffed to that destiny and they're unable to get out. So like I said before, it's just interesting how were you able to get out of that and then pursue your career as an artist and just blow that up?
Man, you know what it really was? I'm good at cold turkey and shit. Because when I'm fucking with something, I'm fucking with it until I can't fuck with it no more. So I got like a fail-safe switch I feel like go in my head to where it just be like, all right, we not fucking with this at all anymore. And that's the only way I can get myself to like turn shit off. And that's what I had to do back when I was buying all that Bitcoin and doing all of that shopping. I just had to say, hey, I'm not fucking with this shit at all. Or else. Literally, that's what it had to be. Couldn't be nothing else. I just had to cold turkey it. Willpower is everything.
And it worked out.
Including with hustling.
And it all worked out.
I mean, because that also was a sign and like a show of dedication to my manager who was trying to gauge my seriousness when it came to music and my approach with it. So that showed him like, all right, Guapdad isn't just trying to show up to the studio with Jigga Juice and get hella filet mignon and Ace of Spades bottle like they did last time. He wants to come out here and work.
That's what you did.
Yeah.
I want to get into your mother because I know your mother has said a lot of things about your raps. When did she first learn that you were a rapper?
This was, I remember I was telling her that I had started to make songs. I want to say 2005. Yeah, let's say 05. Let's run with 05 for integrity's sake. And she was fucking with it. My mom I always got blind support from my parents for everything. So like, she was like, all right, you still got to find a way to make some fucking money though. That's where other shit came in. But like, yeah, she fucked with it. Shout out to moms. Never not fucked with it.
Yeah, shout out to your mom. She supported you.
Yeah, she might have roasted me a lot on the way, but I got some support too.
Would you say that roasting was only for the better and it helped you grow as an artist and a person?
Yeah, every time. Every time. Probably why I got such thick skin now is because my mama is also hella funny.
Dreamville, that was a big part that happened to your career, working with Dreamville and that studio session. How were you able to get connected with them?
I was leaving Drake's New Year's party, and we went to a restaurant. Drake decided he wanted to go home, but I still went to the restaurant because I had my dad with me because he celebrates his birthday on New Year's.
Yeah.
And J. Cole was in there. And I remember I didn't want to talk to him because I was like, I'm not a huge ass fucking J. Cole fan. So I didn't want to be phony and be like, oh, J. Cole was I didn't know how to approach him on some casual shit.
Yeah.
And he was somebody at his table had actually said something to me. It was like, yo, Guap. And I was like, who the fuck? And it was a dude from Drake's camp who was just saying what's up. So I decided to say what's up to Cole, and he looked up. He was like, nah, you Guapdad 4000, right? And I'm like, yeah. What the fuck? What? Cole, I'm like, you knew me this whole time. I'm like, I'm not gonna be fake. He like, I don't know what to say. He's too big. And this nigga already knew who I was, and was hella cool. And his homie was like, oh yeah, that's that funny nigga. And he stopped him and he was like, nah. He just I just seen a freestyle you did. You uploaded a freestyle on Instagram. He said I watched that shit like 2 times. And I was like, wow. What's up, Cole? You one of them niggas. I'm fucking with you. I didn't know he was gonna hit a nigga like that. I was like, all right, shit, nigga. Okay.
I'm gonna throw a Tupac reference here. All eyes on me. I think everyone has their eyes on you. J. Cole knew about you. Drake knew about you. Why is it that you don't think that you're on the level of them yet? Because everyone knows about you. The biggest artists in the game know about you. Why is it that you're not on that level yet? Everyone acknowledged you and they know you're good.
Yeah. It's you gotta make records, dog. It's a game of like the music gonna talk. Everybody knows me. I'm a hot commodity. I got the potential to be one of those dudes that's just huge out of here. But you gotta have the records to back it up. Or else you just a nigga that everybody like.
How do you separate that? And which you can do that because I know you don't want to be the person that everyone likes. You want to be the rapper that everyone knows and respects.
Be a rapper. I want to replace all these old ass niggas we talking about. In my mind, I feel like I'm in a position to be better than them if I'm not already better than them, or at least on equal playing field. Like my batting average is high. My statistics is there. I'm ready to swing for the fences. And that's why I'm at my career now. But it took a while because my trajectory to fame started backwards. I started off a celebrity because of the internet before I was actually a rapper. So my I don't know, just approach has been in and out from hella different angles.
Do you feel as though being that you were famous on the internet was an advantage or a disadvantage in pursuing a career in rapping and helping out with your
It
music?
was probably a disadvantage. I mean, it's a disadvantage in general, but I use it as an advantage because I'm me. But it would be a disadvantage for anybody else because it's so much to spin and pivot from or spin into, get involved with, and get pegged as cancel culture and the monkey in the barrel mindset where people want to be, want to understand you as whatever they see you are first. Nobody is introduced to something as this multifaceted thing until you try another facet, and then prove that is another one of your strong points.
Mm. Brought up cancel culture. What is Guapdad 4000's opinion on cancel culture?
Shit, man, nigga can't get canceled. I believe cancel culture has made some mistakes, but in general, I kind of rock with cancel culture. For the shit that's supposed to have been canceled, I think it can go too far. It is oversensitive, and it can be, you can misjudge people using that mindset. But I think it does more good than it does harm.
Mm-hmm. Getting back to your newest EP, Platinum Falcon Returns EP, which is available on all platforms. People, please go listen to and download it. People tuned in right now. What did you love most about this new EP?
Man, honestly, I just like putting the music out. I think specifically about Platinum Falcon Returns, I was able to let people hear Lil Scammer That Could. I was able to let people hear songs like Chopper Talk. Like, I would never have a vehicle to expose that to fans and listeners otherwise.
Yeah.
So doing this series really helped me do that. And that is super tight. So I think it's just the opportunity to package and to deliver music that excited me just about doing it.
My favorite song off the EP, Deadly Assassination Summer Squad.
Mm-hmm.
The beat was knocking, and it gave me that 90s hip-hop vibe.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to go for, especially like with the claps and shit at the end. I was really trying to emulate that feeling of just like storytelling and community and pain. I want people to feel more Guapdad pain.
And what is the Guapdad pain?
It's family, it's depression, it's religion, running from religion, it's gentrification, it's getting your ass beat, it's beating niggas' ass. It's a lot. Mm-hmm. It could be a lot of things. Mm-hmm. Shit, it could also be nothing but that's Guapdad pain.
Mm-hmm. You're an inspiration to a lot of people because I read about, your depression, and I heard about something about suicide. What's something you could tell people out there who are suffering from depression?
It's always so iffy to try to figure out how to word stuff, because I remember being depressed, like, even though you could be surrounded by love and still feel that way, because at the end of the day, beyond all things, it's the energy that you allow and that you are paying attention to. Because I was surrounded by niggas that loved me and bitches that loved me genuinely. I had love in my life, but like, it's something that just don't click. It always start clicking again though. If I could tell anybody that's sad right now, ain't none of that shit permanent. No, none of that shit permanent. And I was all the way at the bottom. So, I know.
Yeah. That's the main thing, is that you were able to just stabilize and just stay in the best frame of mind as you possibly can.
Yeah.
And continue to do what you love, and that's your music. And being you, your personality on Instagram, and just speaking of your personality, because you have that, would you ever get into acting?
Yeah, I've already been trying. I've been doing like readings and self-tapes. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited to see like what results I get back. I'm trying to take it really serious, and I think that I'm really good at it. So I want to put my money where my mouth is and fuck with it. See, prove to myself that it really is. I really am that type. So we'll see.
What kind of movie do you see yourself in? A drama, an action, a comedy? I can see you in a comedy, or even a horror movie. I don't know if I see you in a horror movie, but a comedy.
I'd love to be in any type of movie. It didn't matter to me. If I did a comedy though, my shit, I'm going up. I'm gonna just put me and my niggas. That's all I'm gonna cast. It's me and my niggas. And if we gonna have a comedy of the year, people gonna be crying. They're gonna call it gut wrenching. The critics will love it. Rotten Tomatoes, 200%. Right, the CEO of Rotten Tomatoes will fly out to California to give me a hand job in a Rolls Royce. That's how good the rating was.
Netflix is big now. Would you even start your own Netflix series?
Hell yeah. I had some ideas in mind. Like, if I did start a series, I want that shit to be about my life. Like, I really think in an autobiographical situation that I can orchestrate for me would be top fucking notch, because my story's fucking ridiculous. People will cry. People will like send me gifts in the mail. Like, this, if I can successfully turn this into my life into the cinematic masterpiece karma has shaped it to be, I'll be out of here, dog. Out of here.
I would definitely like to see that special Guapdad 4000 Netflix. I think that would be good for you.
Hell yeah.
And people will tune in because people always, they do that thing. What is that word that they call when you, what is it? I forget what you call it when you just watch shows and you just can't stop on Netflix. What's that? Binge watch. There you go.
Binge watching.
Binge watching shows on Netflix. I think people would binge watch your show.
Hell yeah. I'll make shows to binge. If niggas ain't binging your show ain't good. Type of show you only want to watch every now and then. It's not tight. I'm trying to make some cult following shit where niggas just dying to watch my shit. Like, man, if we don't see that new episode of Falcon in the Hood, I'm gonna go bad. Falcon in the Hood, the most generic Leprechaun 6 title ass movie name I could have freestyled ever. I'm disappointed in myself. Speaking of movies, Halloween's coming up. It's an interesting question for you. What's your favorite horror movie, or what's a horror movie that scared you? Guapdad 4000. I was scared of everything. I was a scary ass kid. I used to cry. My mama would have to take me out home. I'm fucking scared of this shit. Cause I like fiction so much. I was believing that shit, dog. I was thinking that, nigga, this is a documentary. These ghosts is real. This shit they is real and they is angry. How do I know this theater not haunted? Like, I'll take it so deep into that. So I was scared of hella shit. What was the last thing I was hella scared of? 13 Ghosts. I remember as a kid. Oh, I was so scared of that movie, 13 Ghosts. The Jackal. That was one of the main ghosts. Yeah, with the shit on the box. Yeah, the cage head in. Oh my God, nigga, I was so scared of the Jackal. and he was clawing. He was always clawing. Yeah, I was hella scared of the Jackal. I was like, what? What else was Ghost of Mars? That was also one that was just way too scary for me. It seems as though you're afraid of the ghost movies the most, and they scare you. Do you believe in the supernatural world? Is that why? Yes. I am hyper spiritual in terms of just like the supernatural and the paranormal. I can't really align myself with a religion, so to speak. I did grow up Catholic, and I do have a lot of Christian beliefs, and I do kind of believe in God, but like I just believe that there are energies and existences of things that we can't control, and have no knowledge of how to do so. And all that shit, ghost and horror, I believe even watching that shit helps attract more dangerous shit to you and to your way.
It's interesting.
It is. And it's also scary. But
It is.
I'm way less scary now than I was then. Like, I just was at Buddy's house 2 days ago. We watched it. The Hills Have Eyes 2. And I got through that pretty savory.
With the cannibals.
Yeah. The mutant cannibals.
Yeah. That's a gruesome one.
Shout out to Kenny Burns. You sent me this liquor that I'm drinking before I get on this plane.
Oh, yeah?
Uncle Nearest was the slave that taught Jack Daniels how to make whiskey.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're a big Hennessy guy, right?
Mm-hmm. At this point, I'm a big liquor dude.
Do you feel as though because artists, they always have to get in their bag, they say, and they have to use liquor. Do you feel as though it helps you out with writing your music?
It definitely loosens me up, and it gets me. I mean, anything that can be considered a vice can help creatively. And I don't give a fuck what you're on, the upper or down there or whatever. Anything that is a substance that can then be abused can enhance any type of creative situation. Mm-hmm. So it does get me into a mode, but I don't need it. Mm-hmm. I wake up and record sometimes. I might go to sleep drunk and then wake up hungover, sick, like rejecting alcohol and still still being able to make type shit.
Yeah. Something that interests me in learning about you, and I read more about you, is that you feel as though you have alter egos.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I turn them on differently. I'm really trying to. Honestly, how it started was, that was really my player name. It started as a joke with me and my brother Christian, just like the whole designer shit, the whole alliteration shit. That was just like how we was naming shoes. And then I started calling myself these names just to be him. And then it came from, I was cooking at the crib. I had started to learn how to cook steak. And that's where Cardin Scamsy came from. Bitches come over, I'm the Ferragamo Falcon. It was just, that's how it started. So that's where my aliases came from. Was just assigning them to different lifestyles.
Shout out to the hip hop legend Kool Keith. I had him on my show a couple months ago. I don't know, you may have heard of him before, but he has a lot of alter egos. He was a rapper in the Ultramatic MCs. He came out with the name Kool Keith, Dr. Octagon, Dr. Doom. He's got a lot of alter egos in his music.
I was doing meet and greets on tour with Thundercat, mm-hmm. And his fans was a lot older. Some of them were a lot older, and I probably heard the Kool Keith comparison, I mean, upwards to at least 70, 80 times in the span of 2 weeks. Thing. It's just like that's what they were saying. Oh yeah, you say all your nicknames on stage like Kool Keith. So shout out to Kool Keith. He did it before me. He's an OG and a legend. That's an
OG and a legend. I'm assuming you're working on new music. What do you think the next project is going to be like?
It's going to be very nostalgic. It's going to be the project where I'm putting like all of my feelings out there about the house that I grew up in West Oakland. In fact, I'm naming it after the address, 1176. It's the name of the project, and Illmind is producing the whole thing.
Oh, that's fire.
That's what I'm packing for right now. We finna go to the airport.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's what I've been doing this whole time during this whole interview.
Oh, man. That's good. I'm happy for you. We're looking forward to the new project. When do you think you're going to drop that?
I don't know about the date, but I know the first single's out in November.
You heard it from Guapdad.
First
single out in November.
Yeah, I can't wait to drop that shit. It's gonna be one of my biggest songs ever.
I think it will be. Guapdad 4000, is there anything else you would love to let your listeners know? The people up here at St. John's tuned in. Anything else?
Shit, not really. We covered damn near everything. I love y'all, and I'm in a position in my life to where I like to count my flowers because it also boosts my ego as much as possible. So if I do got any diehard listeners at the school, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all, and I'm only getting tighter. So enjoy the ride.
No doubt. Guapdad, I want to thank you for coming on my show for an interview. I had a great time. Only big things coming your way. We'd love to have you back when you drop the album.
Thank you. I cannot wait to put that out and come back and holler at you.
No doubt, Guapdad. Take care and stay safe. Let them know they can follow you on Instagram and Twitter. I got to get that follow count up even more.
Yes. Fuck Instagram and fuck Twitter. Go follow me on fucking TikTok so my measure get off my ass. Fuck everything else. Follow me on TikTok. It's Guapdad 4000. I'm doing stuff, and then I do more stuff on there.
All right, Guapdad. Take care and stay safe, all right?
All right, thank you.
No doubt. Peace.